Hi, and in today's Microsoft Word tutorial I'm going to show you how to create this daily planner in Word. So I'm going to open a new document, and the first thing we need to decide on is how big our page is. So currently it's A4, but if you want to make this for an A5 file, then simply go to Layout, go along to Size, click on the drop down, and then you can select A5 from here. I'm just going to stick with A4. The only difference with A5 is that you may have to decrease the size of your fonts. I'm also going to adjust the margins. So if you go to the margins here, click on the drop down, I'm going to select narrow. You don't have to, but I want to maximize the space I have on my page. So I'm just going to select narrow. Then I'm going to insert a table. So I'm going to go to Insert, along to Table, click on the drop down, and go down to Insert Table. Now you're given a number of options here about how many columns and rows you'd like in your table. So the number of columns that I want is 2. I know on the original I had 3, but I'm going to teach you how to insert a column. And the number of rows I'm going to select is 17. You can select more or less depending on how many timings of the day that you want to insert. And then just click OK. Now you can see my cursor is the top left here. I'm just going to press the Enter key. That just allows me to move the table down a little bit, just to create some additional space at the top for the title for the day of the week. Once I've done that, I'm going to customize these cells. So the first thing I'm going to do is select this central line. If I hover my cursor over the middle line, you can see it changes. Once it changes, just move it over to the left. And in this column here, we'll put all of our timings. But you can see at the moment the table doesn't have an awful lot of space to insert your information. So in order to increase the height of these rows, I'm just going to select my table by clicking and dragging and selecting it all, or just by going up and selecting this square at the top left. Then I'm going to go up to Layout, and then along to Height. And for this demonstration, I'm going to put the height at 1.4 centimeters and press Enter. And that pretty much fills up our space. So the next thing I'm going to do is to adjust where our text lies. Now you can see from this blue shading that our text will go to the top of our cells, but I want everything to be in the center of our cells. So again, select the table. It's already selected at the moment, but again, you can click and drag or select this square at the top left. Go to the Layout tab and over to this section here. This will allow you to place your text anywhere within your cell. And you can see that by these little illustrations. So I'm going to select this center text here. And then I'm going to insert my text or my timings over on the left here. The quickest way I found to do this is depending on how you'd like your timings to lie in your cell. So I'm going to select this kind of format, but you can put hours, AM, PM, whatever you like, it's up to you. But all I'm going to do is, because all of the timings will have the same element at the end, the 2 zeros and the 2 dots, I'm going to select that bit there. Then I'm going to press Command or Control C to copy it, or go to the Home tab and just select this copy icon here. And all that means is that I can go down, just press the first part of my timing, press Command or Control V, or the paste icon here, and it will do the rest for me. And then I can just go along and do the rest for all those timings. Okay, so once you're happy, you can go ahead and move this over again if you want to, just to make it more aesthetically pleasing for you. Alternatively, if you want to put some holes in the left-hand side here for a ring binder or a filofax, all you need to do is once again hover your cursor over this line here, and then you can just pull that in to give you some additional space for those holes if you wish. If not, I'm just going to press Command or Control Z to go back twice. And then once again, if you want to create the column on the right-hand side, then all we need to do is to select all of these cells here, go up to the Layout tab, go along to Split Cells, And then again, you can create as many columns as you want, but we're just going to select 2 and then click OK. And again, grab this line in the middle. You can move that over and adjust that any way you like. And if you want this column here to be one complete cell without any lines, you can do that in 2 different ways. If I just click and drag and select all of those rows, then I go up to Table Design, we can just take out the borders. So if I just click on this drop down, I can go down to Inside Horizontal Borders, uncheck it, which will tell Word just to take out those borders. So the cells still exist because you can see all the shading for the cells, but the lines have just been taken out. Alternatively, you can go to Layout and along to this icon here that says Merge Cells. And if you click on that one, it will merge all of the cells and all you have now is just one cell. So the only advantage with taking out the lines as we did before, so if we just go back one step, if you just take the lines out, it does mean that you can come back at any time, reselect this column, go to Table Design and just simply put those borders back in. Now you can split the cells again, but you've got to remember how many cells you've got and put 17 in and use the menu. It's far easier to do it this way because then it allows you that flexibility, but it's entirely your choice. So once you've taken those out, you can again move this across to suit your needs, and you can come back and adjust this if you find that once you've written lots of information in all of these columns you don't actually use that much space and you want more space here, then obviously you can come along and just adjust this to suit your needs. Now at the end I'm going to show you how to save this as a template, so it means that you can come back in time and time again and use this over and over again, and you can readjust this template and then save that template again. So let's go up to Insert to put in our day of the week and across to Text Box. I'm going to click on the drop down and select Draw Text Box. Now you can see my cursor's changed to a cross, so all I'm going to do is click and drag out a text box. You don't have to worry too much about where it is because we'll adjust that in a second. And then I'm just going to type in Monday. I'm going to select it, go over to the Home tab, and then this section here, as I'm sure you know, relates to all of your fonts. So you can change the font, the size, the colour, bold, underline, and you can really customize it to suit your taste. So I'm just going to go down to Dover Heights and I'm just going to increase my text to 55, I think it was. Perfect. And then I'm going to center this text within my text box. So again on the Home tab, I'm going to go across to this icon here that says Center Text. Once I've done that, I'm just going to show you this text box has a white background and a black border, and you can see when I drag it around you can see that white background. So what we need to do is just to get rid of both of those. If you like them, keep them, that's absolutely fine, but I'm just going to show you how to get rid of them if you don't want them. So select it, go to Shape Format, go to Shape Outline here, click on the drop down and select No Outline, and then go to Shape Fill, click on the drop down and select No Fill. Now when I move it around you can see the background is completely transparent, and if I click away you can see there's no border. So now we need to align this to the center of our document. So select it, go to Shape Format, go along to the Alignment tool, click on the drop down and select Align to Center, and that will perfectly center your text within your page. Now don't forget you can fully customize this and you have several options now. You can print this out and write in it like you normally would a diary, or you can just type in your chores if you want to. Completely up to you. You can alter where your text lies in these cells, select them all, go to Table Layout again. I'm going to go over to this Align to Center but left align here. Or you can save this as a template, which I recommend. So once you've completely finished it, before you type anything into this, go up and save this as a template. So if I go to File, down to Save as Template, you have to ensure that you save this to your templates, which will mean that you're saving this into your Word software templates. and then I'm going to save this as D Planner. And then make sure your file format is Microsoft Word template, and then just click Save. Once you've done that, when you go to open a new document, so let's just open a new document. Let's go to the Home tab here. So when you open a new document, you can see you've got a pile of templates across the top here. If you go to More Templates, your personal templates, the ones you've created, will come up at the top. And as you can see here, we've got D Planner. And that will happen every time you go and open a new document. So what it basically means is that you've always got this in here. And if you then write on it, adjust it, you can save it, but this one will always remain as the original one that you made. So you can go ahead now and click on it, click Create, and it will just simply come up as your planner. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please subscribe and have a great day.